Okay, Gretchen, this is the first of a couple videos here. We did work on your full swing, but this is the recap video of the work that we did on your putting. Okay, so we can kind of see a couple things here. If we take, say, Jordan Spieth here, one of the better putters on tour, we can pick up some things from him. So we've got about 60% of the weight on the left foot. So the way we do that is we bump the left hip to the left just a little bit. So we don't have 50-50 under pressure. It's too easy for the weight to shift back to the right foot and then onto the left foot without even thinking. So we're just going to put about 60% of the weight on the left foot. We're going to bump that left hip to the left, get 60% of the weight on the left foot, and just keep it there. See how your weight is kind of 50-50 on both feet? We need to get that left hip bumped to the left and get 60% of the weight started on this left foot and then just stays there. Also, we want the hands to be over the kind of the middle of your left thigh. So we want these hands to be a little bit more forward. And then we're going to take a look at his stroke here. So it ends up being just kind of real solid off this left arm. So it's got kind of a straight line off this left arm. You can see we're going to keep his, he keeps his head fairly still, but then it's just really just one piece right from his left shoulder. We don't want any hinging in these wrists. These wrists can be a source of power. We don't need power, we need just consistency. So when you're coming through, we just need these hands accelerating through the putt. So your backstroke will be a little bit shorter than your through stroke. So remember we talked about on average for a 10-foot putt, your backstroke is going to be about 6 to 7 inches in your backstroke. That's it. And then you accelerate the hands through, and that should produce a 10-foot putt. So if we take a look at your technique over here, we're gonna, first we'll take a look. We'll just watch your hands on this first putt. So as you come through, see how this right hand is pushing. You're increasing this hinge in your wrists, and now we've got another source of power. Aside from your body language kind of getting all over the place here, we're just going to watch your wrists here. So we just need to keep these wrists, if we're going to start them here, keep them here. But we can't have this right hand pushing and then increasing this hinge. See how we got these hands lead here? Here, your club head is passing your hands. When the club head passes the hands, now the club head starts traveling up. Now we've got rear shaft lean here. Now this club head travels up. Now we're in fear of hitting the ground before the ball or hitting the ball kind of in the middle or the top part of the ball, and we don't hit the ball solid. And that hinders the consistency of the outcome or the distance that the ball goes. We also want to keep this body very still. You want to keep your head still for at least 1 second after this ball's gone. But you see how your head kind of meanders forward? Everything does. So let's take a look at your left hip. See this golf hole, this hole back here? Your left hip shouldn't move towards this hole. So see how now your hip is closer to this hole behind you. We got to keep everything very still. So your head and your body still. And we got to keep this wrist hinge from improving. So let's take a look and see the work that we did. Okay, so yep, so you can see everything kind of moving. Your eyes look up at the ball too soon. That opens up your shoulders, your shoulder alignment. That pulls your hands to the left and then pulls the club head to the left. So here's what we got. We got this alignment stick on the club. This is gonna sturdy up and make this much more solid. We've taken out the wrist hinge here. So let's take a look at your putt, and let's just take a look at the wrist hinge. So now we've got solid wrist coming through. Let's just watch your wrists. So you go back and through. There you go. So not a lot of wrist hinge here. We've now frozen up your wrists, and so now you're easy. Now you're just putting with your shoulders and your arms. Also, I'm in here. I'm keeping your weight about 60% on the left foot is what I'm shooting for. So I'm trying to keep your weight a little forward, and not have your. Let's see. We can't have your body moving at all. So that's much better. So your body is staying still, your head is staying still. Now we need to keep this head from looking at the golf ball. See how Jordan is looking down where the golf ball was? He's just looking down there. So now we're going to work on making sure. So we've worked on getting your wrist not to hinge at all. Now we're going to work on trying to keep you from. So what happens when you start looking at this golf ball as it leaves too quickly? Your head starts turning to the left. That opens up your shoulders, and now your shoulders are pointed left. That makes your hand path go left, make the putter head path go left, and you either close the putter face and the ball goes left, or you leave the club face open so the ball can stay on line. But either way, we got to keep these shoulders more on line here. Don't let the left shoulder go back and this right shoulder jet out. And here you kind of let this putter go. We want to hold this position for about 2 seconds after this ball's gone. None of this body language is going to get the ball to go in the hole. That's it. See how this right shoulder kind of shoots out? Watch, this right shoulder is going to shoot out in front of you. There you go. And now your shoulders are pointed left, and now that affects the hand path and the putter head path. So now we've frozen up your hands. We've got the stick on your shoulders, and we're going to keep you from looking up. So you're going to look down, and now we want to keep this right shoulder back and this left shoulder forward as you turn through, and you do a little bit better. This right shoulder still kind of comes out a little bit towards the golf ball, but you're doing better here, much better. You didn't look up. We're going to take you back here, and we'll show you. Here's your putting action through the golf ball. Great. Now you're not looking up at the golf ball. Now you can look. We're just going to let this ball go for 1 second. Then you can look, and I'm going to try to keep that right shoulder back, and then we can look up and see where the ball went. Also, we need to worry about putter head path and putter face alignment. So what we had going on before is you had this kind of arcing style, and the putter would open up, the putter face would open up to the inside on the way back. So, okay, now this putter face is aimed out to the right. And now under pressure, you've got to close this putter face at just the right time and just the right amount, which here we see your putter face closing. Okay, now the putter face is aimed off to the left. So it's much easier to take it straight back, straight through with the putter face perfectly perpendicular to that line. And that's what we start doing. So from here, we start work on, and then this one we can see, just to make sure that you know that wasn't a one-off, we see, there you go, this putter face is aimed out to the right, and now this putter face is aimed out to the left. Okay, so just so you can see what we needed to correct. So the first thing we do is we get you on this putter track, and we're going to start almost feeling like this putter face, the putter face closes in the backswing, and then it actually opens in the through swing. We're going to actually feel the opposite of what you've been doing. So let's take a look at this in your backstroke. There you go. And now we see your putter face is almost perfectly perpendicular to your line. So let's see if I can get my hands out of here. As you come back, much better. Your putter face isn't open. And now as you come through, now this one you cut off the toe. So it opened up your putter face a little bit, but you're on the right track. So now your putter face, there we go. Now it's perpendicular to this line, to your putter head path. Now we're on the much better chance of making putts. Now we're going to do this again. We're going to try to make sure this putter face doesn't open. Here it is either perfectly perpendicular or slightly closed, very slightly. And as you come through, now the hands can accelerate. And when the hands accelerate, the putter head opens up slightly on the way through. So here we go. This putter head path the putter face angle is slightly closing in the backstroke. That's all we need because we're trying to offset that opening of the putter face. And so now as you come through that putter face, so now in your old technique, this putter face would close, and that's what's happening in this new technique. Instead of just staying perfectly perpendicular, your putter face closes a little bit, and you're inside the putter track, and a lot of people find it difficult to really stroke back and through in this putter track. But we'll get there. So we're going to try to feel you just close it just a little bit in the backstroke. And now you can see, look, your putter face is much more aligned. You're on the right path here, and then you can pull through. And then we're going to check the putter head path on the way back. Now this one, for whatever reason, you stop short, and we're going to make sure that you go all the way to the end, and you're going to hold this finished position and check your finished position. Make sure your face is perfectly perpendicular to your line. And the way we do that is we measure it against this white notch here and this white notch here, and that's what we want your putter face to be perfectly aligned with. Okay, so great work. Made some huge improvement, but that's what we're shooting for is to get your putting a lot more consistent, which will help the rest of your game.